right. In happier news, depending on your perspective, let's
Mhm.
talk about the box office for the week
Yes.
or weekend, I should say. Actually, no, sorry. It looks like The Little Mermaid is at the top of the DEG charts, which probably means it's selling some digital copies and such.
Hmm.
So it looks like Barbie is on track to possibly outpace Mario Brothers. It's Mario Brothers released on a Wednesday, so it's a little, which makes it a little bit obnoxious to compare apples to apples when you look at their weekends.
Right.
But Barbie's passed a billion, and yeah, what real competition is there for another movie to make $1 billion this year with with everything going on?
I can't think of anything. I mean, yeah, it's yeah, you look at look at what's coming out. I mean, even there's nothing coming out this month. There's really nothing coming out, Thanksgiving or Christmas. I mean,
Let's see, that was the weekend chart. I was thinking Oppenheimer made 70 million in its third weekend. That doesn't sound right.
okay. Oh, the Meg 2 came in second, which is a little
Yeah,
surprising.
yeah, finally broke the Barbenheimer duopoly.
Yes.
Um, and the Meg actually, so Daniel never saw the Meg. I saw the Meg. It was at this. There's a period like where Warner Brothers. It seemed like somebody there had figured out how to make underwater monsters look cool, so they kept doing it. You had multiple Godzilla movies where there were underwater scenes. You had Pacific Rim. You had the Meg. You had Aquaman. Like somebody figured out underwater effects and just ran with it
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Warner Brothers. Um, I was not expecting this movie to do so well. Well being relative, but
Yeah.
it came in number two at the box office, launching in August, which is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
In a actually contested August, which is rare.
Yes.
Uh, it's but where it's really being a huge hit is China, and that's because the in the original they had a bunch of Chinese characters who I'm presumably were played by major Chinese actors. So not
Hmm.
knowing anything about the Meg 2 besides there now being two sharks,
Yeah.
uh, this is probably made for that market primarily.
Yeah.
And the budget is half of what an Ant-Man Quantumania cost you. So they could actually come out okay from this. So
Yeah, they could actually eke out some profit from it. Which
uh, yeah, I mean, mind you, that 60 million from China, they only get like 15 million back, so you
right.
can't
Yeah.
get too excited. But this it could be a baseline hit for them in the long run. Depends on how well it holds up.
Yes.
Uh, Oppenheimer holds in there for Universal, very healthy 38% drop.
Hmm.
Um, its total cum is, yeah, it surpassed The Little Mermaid
Wow.
for a 3 hour, Mermaid's entire run in 3 weeks for a 3 hour
Uh,
documentary,
yeah. Yeah. Historical drama.
historical drama, excuse me.
Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers chart, yeah, it's holding in there. Like it's at the towards the top end of the projection. So good on them.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion at fourth place,
Or
62% drop week over week. Or
fifth
oh,
place.
I forgot a movie. My eyes just went over
You
it.
just completely glazed over that one.
Yeah. We'll get to number four in a sec.
Yeah.
Um, Haunted Mansion, 62% drop week over week. Another Disney bomb.
Yeah. And I've been hearing mixed things about that movie. I mean, some people have said it's awful, and then some people have said it's okay.
Right, which on average means some people are saying it's a three and some people are saying it's a one. Think it's a one. It's probably number two.
Yeah.
Um, and also, these new releases have knocked Sound of Freedom out of the top five, though it's still chugging along.
Yeah.
41% drop. Yeah, the meme might be dying out. the movement might be dying out on it, but
Yeah.
you know, man, the money is made.
Oh yeah, and it'll make more money once it drops on like digital and home media, and then I'm sure it'll be streaming somewhere. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep. Although I heard the people over at World Class Bullshitters pointing out that that movie might actually be one where you want to buy it on Blu-ray if you want to ever see it again, because
yeah.
uh, decent because it's gotten politicized. Decent chance of it getting censored if it goes to streaming anywhere.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I guess let's look at the turtles in the room.
Yeah, okay.
Um, okay, so this one is another one that's hard to compare
Yeah.
because it launched, and this is what like the numbers projection line never knows what to do with ones that launch outside of the Thursday Friday.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Um, it's seems to be completely bombing internationally, less than
Oh
10
yeah.
million after a full week in after more than a full week in theaters.
Wow.
And its opening weekend was only like a little less than 30 million, I think. Yeah, 29, no, 28 million,
28. Yeah.
outdone by Oppenheimer's third week. Now, I know people like Changus have said that it was actually good.
Hmm.
Like I've heard people who watched it said had good things to say about it. I'm if I'm gonna watch a movie with Spider Verse animation, I'm probably gonna watch Spider Verse.
Yeah. Yeah. This movie really doesn't interest me. Like, I know I'm not interested in seeing it in the theater. I'll be honest. If I do watch it, it'll be on streaming, which the Ninja says worldwide gross is 20 million behind the domestic gross of Out of the Shadows.
Was
Ooh,
that the second
that was the
live
second
action one?
Bay. Yeah, the
Bay
second Bay
one, yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Oof, and that one was such a bomb that it killed the franchise.
Hmm.
Now, here's the difference, though. This movie only cost 70 million to actually make. So if this has a decent hold, then this is another one where it could eke out a profit.
Yeah. Or at the very least break even. Yeah.
Yeah. So good job.
Yeah.
Uh,
Eh,
that's right. I searched for Suicide Squad. That's why the word suicide came up when I put an S up in here.
uh,
Well, if we look up Out of the Shadows, come on. Okay. Yeah.
what?
I forgot a T in Turtles.
Oh, okay. Still, it should have gotten you at least most of the way there.
Yeah. Out of the Shadows. How much did this thing? 135 million. Yeah,
135
this one
million.
cost twice as much. So it's
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, word of mouth can help. It all just depends on if the right people talk to the right other people about it.
Right. Yeah. And from what I'm hearing too, I mean, it's going to get a Paramount Plus show. Um,
Yeah, and a
probably
sequel in the works.
it got a sequel. Yeah. So
It's very interesting that I would almost think that this style, where it's like intentionally sketchy, would be more expensive. But
yeah.
uh, I,
Yeah.
I
It.
guess it shows you what CGI can do these days.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of like 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 South Park. I mean, it looks cheap, but it's like no, it's
Mhm.
actually pretty state of the art animation that they use for that.
Yeah, because yeah, with South Park in particular, they ended up they they made the original Jesus versus Santa short out of
Yeah.
construction paper and took them months and months and months. Like, now we're using computers for the actual show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's basically it for the box office. Not a lot of new stuff to report there, just because I would say the fact that the Meg, actually no, the Meg domestically isn't terribly huge because it is a China market movie.
Yeah.
But I would probably say that it definitely helps these smaller movies that Barbenheimer is doing so well.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And Ninja says he heard it's a removal of a filter in the animation process.
Okay, that would wow. I mean, if you're able to make that happen and you save a step, then that explains some of the 70 million budget.
Yeah, yeah. I could have. Yeah, if you add that filter in, I guess it'd probably add another 20 or 30 million.
Yeah, or at least a bunch of rendering time.
Yeah,
But yeah, basically the bombs of early summer are being swept out by the newcomers.
yes.
And yeah, I wonder if some of those movies are going, dang it, why couldn't we have released when Barbenheimer was making everybody want to go to the theaters?
Yeah. Yes, like Indiana Jones and
Mhm.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Mission Impossible would have actually been some decent counter programming if it had come out like if it had come out a week after Barbie and Oppenheimer,
Yeah,
buoying theatrical interest in things. That might have actually worked out for them.
yeah. Instead of doing it the week before. Yeah,
You know, but that's unknowable. But it's interesting to consider.
yeah.